London is filled with unused spaces. This has been exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic, leaving many confined to their homes. Post-COVID, we're going to see a shift in working culture from the office to remote working as businesses have experienced the cost benefits and employees have discovered the comforts of it. A vast majority of businesses are struggling to cover overhead expenditures due to 60% of the UK's workforce working remotely. Our idea is to fill these unused spaces with sustainable, affordable co-working spaces across London aimed to address the needs of the average worker.
Take Bob, for example. Bob has a normal 9-to-5 desk job in a small business. Knowing that he will continue to work remotely for the foreseeable future, he has felt increasingly isolated, his heating and electricity bills have skyrocketed, and he is easily distracted by domestic duties. Bob, like many others, finds himself increasingly worried about climate change, but feels detached from the sustainable community as his job doesn't allow him to have a positive impact on the environment. Yearning for a shared office space to regain a sense of community, Bob seeks out co-working spaces across London. However, all of these require hefty subscription fees and long commutes to the city centre and are often targeted towards young entrepreneurs, a category where Bob doesn't belong.
This is where our office comes in. What we provide is a second life for unused buildings by sustainably retrofitting them into community co-working spaces. Our social enterprise has a competitive edge in the market, being both sustainable but also accessible in terms of price, location, and inclusivity. This social enterprise, while being managed by a group of passionate entrepreneurs, connects underutilized land with the communities of people who need it the most, and profit is reinvested into expansion.
Each building will of course have a different layout and design, but will broadly incorporate 3 zones. The typical London commercial space has 2 to 3 floors, and the zones here would be just divided into these floors. As well as this, where possible, a community garden will be installed on the rooftop. Accessibility will be a key component through the installation of ramps, lifts, and tactile wall markings for spaces and wayfinding. Our main concern is making the building as sustainable as possible. This will begin with the retrofitting process using second-hand furniture and existing materials for the entire design and incorporating energy-saving infrastructure throughout. The space will bring new life to the local areas and animate the high street.
We will install cellulose insulation when necessary, use heat pumps or batteries, and incorporate LED lighting and promote natural lighting where possible, and power our buildings with solar energy and battery storage. Smart metering should be used for maximum energy efficiency.
Green spaces are also a core part of our sustainable buildings. Here we will have the option of a community rooftop garden as well as an indoor green space. Green havens in urban places can be easy and affordable, avoiding high-tech inventions such as hydroponics or living walls. There are existing community initiatives around London which help to install green spaces in buildings around the city. For example, the UK Green Building Council, which is a charity that pays young people the London living wage to get involved in community projects like ours.
In order to run the co-working space, we will use an app where users will be able to access an efficient booking service. To keep the community connected and engaged, the app will also include a virtual notice board divided into on-site sustainable events and off-site opportunities, and finally, a community forum, allowing communications that do not involve organized initiatives. This could be, for example, when someone has surplus food that they would like to bring into their working space to avoid food waste.
We can also connect property owners to companies and startups who have experience with renewable energies and heating in order to retrofit sustainably. Government plans such as the Renewable Energy Incentive could also be implemented where savings can be made to make a small profit.
Our project is a B2C business model. Customer taps in and out of the workspace and are charged a corresponding, accessible, affordable rate, and employers can sponsor their employees through a voucher program. The revenues not only go back into meeting cost and expansion, but the landowner gets a cut as well. According to market growth rates, we expect a steady growing rate of return into the short, medium, and long term, and this ensures the scalability of our business.
Our office benefits the council and private buildings by making use of empty spaces while both increasing productivity and green behavior within the local community. It provides ordinary workers like Bob an affordable, sustainable working space and a sense of community to avoid isolation of remote working, as well as the exposure to sustainable initiatives which he would otherwise lack in his job. Our office envisages an ambitious, long-term model to create a more sustainable future working culture. Our office, our planet, our future.